I think we've got to see that a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear?
This is the spot that my father screamed out 11 times. He couldn't breathe. I have to come here and be his voice because he cannot speak anymore. He kept saying, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. He couldn't breathe.
Just the idea that my son could be walking and a police officer could stop him and he not hear them because he has on these earbuds, and to think that they could take his life because of that.
How many peaceful protests have we seen? How many trending hashtags have we seen?
But we haven't had one federal prosecution of a policeman for killing all of those folk. Something is wrong.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Pamela, and today's video is going to be a non-plant related. It's going to just be about George Floyd and the protest that is currently happening right now all over the nation. I live in New York, so things are really going down. So let's just get right into it, guys. Okay, so I'm never one to really talk too much about politics ever, but yesterday, May 30th, 2020, in New York, the riots started to get really bad. The protest actually, you guys may not know this, but I'm an immigrant. I am not American born. I am an American citizen, but I was born in Haiti and I came to the States in 2000. So for me, I personally, this is very real for me. I am a female. I am a black female. I am an immigrant female. You know, and I also wouldn't consider myself one of, you know, the top 1%, you know. I live in a middle class, lower class, you know, just I live my life, and I'm black, and this affects me. Anything that comes from me will always be black. My father is black. My boyfriend is black. My cousins are black. My grandfather was black. My parents are black. In New York yesterday, downtown Brooklyn near Park Slopes, 2 police vehicles ran into peaceful protesters. For what? Peaceful protest. You guys are in your vehicles with your armed weapons inside of a weapon itself, your car. It can take lives. Just drove into it. Pushing people, hitting people, tasing people. Chicago, Minneapolis, LA, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. People are in an uproar. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, Ahmaud. Rest in peace, Breonna. I was watching Lovely T. She's one of my favorite just social media presence for years now. And one thing she mentioned that really stood out for me was stop repeating, I can't breathe. Stop repeating that. What we need to say is, I can breathe. The power of the tongue is something I really believe in, and for a point, that's all I've been seeing. Just repeating, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And she said, no, you can breathe. You put it out in the universe. That's what they want us to say. That's what they want it to be. They want us to not be able to breathe. The transfer of energies. They want that. All this chaos. It's getting fueled by this. You need to say you can breathe. We need to, our voice, this election this year, we need to vote. June 23rd. Make sure you're voting, guys. This is our own civil rights. Maybe you may not have gone through it. Maybe your parents went through it. Maybe your grandparents, your great-grandparents, or you yourself were there during the civil rights movement. But this is ours now. You may not be the type of person that is physically there in the forefront, fighting and yelling in the police officer's face, but make your voice be heard. This is not the time for you to be politically sensitive or quiet about your voice or your stances. This will affect you. It might not affect your family immediately because it might not be the race, that you are. Maybe you are not black. Black lives do matter. And that's also to not denounce that all lives matter, but that's not the point. Your race is not personally targeted everywhere in the world. You can't go into one country, one continent, one nation without there just being such negative stigmas towards blacks, Africans. Tell me where being black is what is deemed as goals, as what you want to be. Skin lightening products wouldn't exist, would they? All these standards of beauty wouldn't exist, would they? So guys, find your way. Find your way of where do you stand, How are you going to what I'm trying to say is, years from now, when your children, your great-grandchildren ask you, hey, what were you doing during this fight? What are you gonna tell them? And again, you don't have to be the one that's up there, you know, fighting, but there are ways to donate. There are ways to use your voice to reach, you know, to reach others. Maybe you live in another country, another continent, and they don't know what's going on. Maybe you could be the person that lets them know what is really happening. You know? Like I said, donating to the families. I've donated. Sharing videos. Also being sensitive, you know, being very, very sensitive of what you are sharing. To be honest with you, I'm not the type of person that can handle and absorb certain images. I personally cannot watch the murder, the assassination, the slaying of George Floyd. I could not watch that video. I've seen like just tiny snippets, and then I would scroll past it, because for me, absorbing that energy, I know what happened. I know, like everyone says what's happened, you know, I know exactly what happened. I know how long it stretched out for. And I want to let you guys know that it's okay to not want to watch those. It's okay to not want to look at photos. That's okay, guys. And I want to let you all know that I'm not just gonna keep making videos, you know, like telling you have to do this, you gotta stand for this, you gotta that, this, and the third. No. I want you guys to also have an outlet of where you can come to get away from everything that's happening right now. You know, you go on Instagram, this is what you're seeing. You go on Facebook, this is what you're seeing. You open your television, this is what you're seeing. You go on YouTube, like you are right now maybe, and this is what you're seeing. And that's the great thing about the internet. There's no excuse, there's no reason to be deaf, to be blind to what is happening, to what is going on, to our reality. We all know what's happening. And is that okay? If you were switched, if the positions were switched, the roles were reversed, would you be okay with getting treated that way? With that mistreatment? It says, black men, their probability of getting arrested is 1 in 1,000. Our school to prison pipeline system, it's there for a reason. Let's keep working to end this, because you know what? Tomorrow it's not gonna go away. Next month it's not gonna go away. Next year it's not gonna go away. The next 5 years it's not going to go away. This racism, this hatred, it's embedded in people. We aren't born with it. We are taught how to be racist, how to hate. We need to learn to be better parents, better aunts and uncles, better grandparents. What does being angry and hating do for you? Does it make you feel better? No. You get your momentary satisfaction and then you look for something else to put your negative miserableness towards. Guys, I'm gonna start wrapping up. Yesterday in my city, a block away, blocks away, places that I have clients at, where I go to do business, where I go to school, where I've gone to school, where I go shopping. People are in an uproar, and like our president tweeted out to the world, "You loot, we'll shoot." Where was the same energy towards all the peaceful protesters getting angry about their barber shops and their nail salons not being open? Where was all of this police force? The peaceful protesters are getting ran over. So guys, yeah, the next video, I'll be in better spirits, of course, but I wanted to honestly just come out here and let you know this is how I'm feeling, and I'm here for anyone who wants to speak. You know, you can find me on Instagram. You can, you know, DM me there at HauzPlant. And you can comment here if you want to just talk. I have my community tab. I'll open that up for us to have more discussions on what is going on and how you are all feeling. I'm gonna do my best to create just more uplifting spirit sort of content for you all, because there's just so much one can handle, you know. But all I can say is stay safe, stay aware, but stay sane. Make sure that you're not absorbing more than you can handle. It's okay. Don't stay oblivious, but just know what is happening. You can limit your intake of videos and news. But just stay aware. Don't be ignorant. I'll see you guys on the next one.